put a lot of work. I mean, that's hours, days of work into that video. But he also spent 2 days individually burning a copy for each player. So thank you very much, Dooley. That's awesome. Before I move on, I just want to extend my thanks to all the parents. There's probably not another coach in the style that asks for a bigger commitment with regards to practice, time at practice, you know, all of our expectations. I don't think another team practices as hard or as long as we do. It's a huge commitment to play football, but we appreciate all your support. Not only that, I really think we truly created Charger Nation this year. There's probably, you know, most people probably would say there's no such thing as home field advantage at youth football. I beg to differ. I don't think people want to come to St. James, and that's a testament and to all you parents, everything you did, the banners, the fans, the noise. It was truly awesome. We created Charger Nation, and I think we started something, or we brought something back to St. James. You know, back in the day, Denise Felder used to tell me back in the day that they used to be the Mean Machine, the St. James Mean Machine, and I wanted to get jerseys that said Mean Machine, but Sister Lisa vetoed that. You know, we really, you come to St. James Stadium, and it's really special to see all those banners and the noise and whatnot. So, and the boys appreciate it. So thank you, Mom and Dad, Grandma and Grandpa, Aunt and Uncles, and family for all the support this year. It means a lot. Thank you. So with that said, you know, we're celebrating 2 special teams. The junior varsity, which is our 5th and 6th grade team, back-to-back championships, and our varsity, which is our 7th and 8th grade team, which in my eyes, it kind of hurts watching some of that video, because I really felt that we should have been in that championship game. But you know what? You come up short, we learn from it, we get better, and we'll get them next time. But we're going to start with the JV team. And if I could have all the JV boys please come up and stand up here. You're very sharp, guys. So, I was a bit concerned when with our JV team this year. I was, you never know what you're going to get. And originally the plan was, all right, I'm just going to, Luke will move him up and he'll play varsity, and I'll just coach the varsity team. But it worked out just perfect, because he stayed with the JV with Bryce and Naz and Connor and George and Harry, and we had all these new 5th graders, several of them who'd never played football before. And it's a competitive league. You never know how we're going to be able to develop that. And these kids were truly special. They battled. They never gave up. Some of these new guys that never played before, I'll never forget the first day we had full pads on and we did a hidden drill. It was like marshmallows coming in, just bouncing off each other. But you got to teach it. You got to build that confidence and let them understand that that's why they have a helmet, and shoulder pads, and thigh pads and all that good stuff. And they did an excellent job. So this team 7-0, back-to-back SPAL championships. The offense, 7 games, and I think it's really important that you look at, we don't have a ton of numbers. When you see us play against Country Day and Calvary and some of these other schools, they got 40 boys out there. This is what we have. This is what we have to practice with, and these kids were amazing. 7-0, the offense scored 286 points, and our defense only gave up 55 points. So a couple quick things. These boys won a championship, and I said, we need to do something special to recognize that. So tonight, all these boys are getting championship rings. Not only that, when I'm going to call their name and bring them up, and coaches, if you guys can help me hand out some of these. Couple quick things. They'll each get their DVD, their highlight film, and then something we started this year. This is just a chain link. All it is a chain link. And when I played at UMass, when you graduate, every single player who's ever played at UMass gets a chain link, and you just keep it on your keychain. So this, guys, this is St. James, Charger Nation. Put this on your keychain when you're at the BC game, when you're 30. You can say, hey, you still got your chain link? You keep this with you all the time. You were part of something special. It's just a simple chain link, but take this, put it on your keys, and remember it, okay? All right. In a ring. All right, guys, I'm gonna, so again, we're just celebrating the JV championship right now. Number one, our running back, 6th grader, Bryce Baker. Number 2, another 6th grader, played split end and defensive back, Luke Lambros. Number 5, defensive end, center, played a little bit of everything, 5th grader, Tyler Brown. Number 6, the man that's going to take Usain Bolt's record. Running back, defensive back, 6th grader, Nasir Samuel. The Golden Jet. Number 10, running back and defensive back, in a 5th grader, did a great job this year, Christopher Woods. Like the bow tie. Number 11, running back, linebacker, quarterback, kicker, 5th grader, kid just brings in every single practice, Jack Gannum. Number 13, split end, running back, defensive back, one of the biggest personalities on the team, 5th grader, Patrick Casamon. Number 15, first year playing football, offensive lineman, defensive lineman. The kid was at practice a half hour early, easily every practice, just couldn't wait to get out there. Drake Cooper. AKA the Deer Hunter. Number 17, quarterback, defensive end, linebacker, 6th grader, and my son, very proud to coach you, buddy, Luke Cromenhop. Number 19, tight end, defensive end, 6th grader, Dylan Craig. Number 22, split end, defensive back, 5th grader. Great kid, just couldn't, he was out there just working his butt off every game in practice. I'm not sure if he's here or not, but Jackson Farley. Is Jackson here?
No.
Number 34, played a little bit center, but played a lot of defensive end and offensive line for us. Another 6th grader, Austin Sayers.
Is he ring? Ring.
Number 45, another 6th grader. The kid has improved tremendously. He's worked really, really hard. Very, very proud of him. Harry Glazier. Number 48, split end, running back, linebacker, another 6th grader. He also became our kicker and did an excellent job. George Heidacker. Number 72, amazing, Keck. Offensive line, defensive line, 5th grader. Big success story, very proud of this guy. Good job, Maze. Number 88, O-line, D-line, another personality. Love coaching this kid. Great new addition to St. James, L.J. Cooper. Looking flashy. Last but not least, number 99. Been coaching him a couple years. Gets better and better and better. Connor Zoll. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 SPAL JV champions. All right, boys, you guys can go sit down now. Good job. All right, there's one other person that we need to recognize that was a big part of this, and this individual also earned a ring. And that is no other than my daughter and our honorary water girl, Tess Fromenhoff. And you get a chain link too. So, funny story for you. Varsity and JV, Tess is our water girl, and we have timeouts. We group as a bunch of coaches, and we have the team there. And usually, before we go back out on the field, we 1, 2, 3 hard, or chargers, or hard work, or effort. And it was in one of the championship games, and we were kind of running short on time. I'm like, all right, get back out there. And she's like, what do you mean? We got to break them down. We got to break them down. So she was in it every single We're going to move on to the JV awards before we get into the varsity, and we have we have several awards. We added a new award this year. It's called the To the Whistle Award, and then we have our Beast Award. We have our Charger Pride Award, Offensive MVP, Defensive MVP, and then Team MVP. Let me just review these awards. So this To the Whistle Award is really for a player that just, he gives it his all on and off the field, at every practice, at every game. Just an overall hard worker. This kid, he really represents what To the Whistle means. And this year's recipient of the new To the Whistle Award for the JV is no other than Tyler Brown. Yeah. Good job. Got The next award is our Beast Award, and we started this last year. The Beast is what it is. It's someone who's a beast. It could be an offensive player, a defensive player, someone who just brings it no matter what grade they're in. They just really, they love playing football, and they truly are a beast on the field. This recipient was one of the smaller guys on the field. Took on a lot of responsibility for us, and he lived up to it. He was in it every single practice. He got better and better and better. We put in a special play for the championship game. Our JV goes down 6-0 right out of the gate, and the first play of the game, we had this in the book. And this kid, 5th grader, he threw a touchdown for us the first play and put it in, and then it was all smooth sailing from there. So the recipient of this year's Beast Award is Mr. Jack Gannon. Great job, buddy. just shows up every day, is in it for all the right reasons, on and off the field, in the classroom, on the football field, a great teammate, a great person, a great leader, does everything we ask of them, and he truly represents St. James and the St. James Chargers better than, beyond our expectations. I kind of stole this award from the Dogs. They called it the Spirit Award, and here at St. James we call it the Charger Pride Award. And this year's recipient of the JV Charger Pride Award is Drake Cooper. Okay, so we're down to defensive MVP, offensive MVP, and overall MVP. And these awards, they could go to multiple individuals. And as a coach, we all voted. So we voted as a staff to see where everyone was parked, and because it's really tough when you do this. And if I won Powerball, every kid would get a trophy, but it's just not that way. So this year's defensive MVP, this boy had over 40 tackles for us this year. Teams ran away from him. He's going to be an excellent football player. I cannot wait to watch him move on. I cannot wait to coach him the next couple of years and then see what he does at BC. This person, he could have been the offensive MVP as well, but this year's defensive MVP, and I look forward to watching him play in defense on Saturdays one day, is Mr. Bryce Baker. Our offensive MVP this year for the JV team is it's pretty special. I think you just saw what this person did on that highlight. A very, very gifted kid, extremely talented. He has talents in other sports as well. We'll be hearing a lot of his name. But most importantly, I got to say something about this individual. This year, he was different. He'd grown up, and he was so much easier to coach. He was more of a leader. He took fifth graders under his wing, but he brings it. He brings it every single game, and he's fun to coach. And he's going to get better and better and better. And most importantly, probably the hardest worker off the field or outside of the St. James gates than anyone in this room. And it's this year's offensive MVP is Mr. Nasir Samuel.
War backwards.
Great job, Don. The team MVP, this individual is probably one of the toughest tasks because of who coaches him. But he's fun to coach, and he brings it offense and defense. He led the team in tackles. In the first playoff game, he had 11 tackles. In the championship game, he had 8 tackles. I'm harder on him than anyone else by far. But he was truly a coach on and off the field. He took Jack Ganem under his wing. It's funny. even when he's playing running back, he's getting guys lined up and whatnot and kind of taking charge. And honestly, the MVP award could have went to Bryce Baker. It could have went to Nasir Samuel. But Luke, you stepped up. You rose to the occasion. You said you wanted another championship, and you made it happen, buddy. I'm really proud of you. Congratulations, Luke Romanhoff.
Get a picture with the coach.
Yeah, John, come here.
So it was a special season. It was a ton of fun coaching this group of boys. I cannot wait to coach you again and see you guys all grow. Remember what I said in that film? You got to continue to work hard. Okay, now's the time where you can work hard at home and get ready for next season and bring in more hardware to St. James. But great job, JV team. All of you are deserving of awards. Please don't get me in trouble with those rings at school. I don't know, you should be wearing those to school. Sister Lisa will be.
Yes.
It's not in the handbook.
Nope, it's not in the handbook. All right. Wear it with pride. Don't hit anyone with it. And behave. Good job, boys. That was some season. You know, this team, we were down to 13 boys going into the championship, into the playoffs. It's really hard to execute in football with 13 guys. We got banged up, but these kids just came back and truly lived to the whistle. I'm super, super proud of this team. I think you deserve to be in that championship game, but sometimes it just doesn't always go that way. But I think every single parent in here certainly got their gate fee worth watching you guys this year. So you guys should all be very, very proud. So we're going to start off with this is the To the Whistle award, and before I'm going to Alan wants to present this, but I just want to say a couple things about this individual because this person also came back this year different. He had grown up. He became, he matured tons. He became more of a leader on and off the football field, and he proved it with his hard work. Did everything we asked of him on offense and defense. Made a bunch of big plays on defense for us, and he's very, very deserving of this. But I want to turn the mic over to Coach Pulaski and allow him to present this award.
Thanks, John. It's been real interesting watching this this young boy grow up to be a young man, and I can't wait to see what he does when he gets to high school. I know he's going to put on a burgundy helmet. No doubt in my mind about that. But I've watched this young guy run around since he was about 7 years old, and always wanted to do what the coach wanted him to do. What can I help do to help propel my team to victory? Never ran away from the task. And all I can say is I can't imagine any more deserving person to the whistle than Drew Morin.
Yes.
Dilly dilly.
You look good.
All right, Varsity Beast Award. This guy became a beast. He really did. Last year, he came out for football and had never played before, and he was there every day with a smirk on his face. And but he learned and he grew, and we gave him more responsibility, and he grew, and he worked hard, and he grew, and he became a beast. On offense, he carried the football for us, truly like a beast. But most importantly, on defense, this kid had 30 plus tackles this year. He had 5 TFLs, a couple sacks, a huge sack for a safety for us, fumble recoveries, and he's gifted. And I hope to see him. I hope to see him in a maroon helmet playing football one day. He also excels in other sports, but this year's recipient of the Beast Award, and I know he'll have this proudly on his dresser in his room, is Mr. Joseph Felder.
That's a gorilla. That's a gorilla.
Okay, this year's recipient of the Charge of Pride Award goes to a special kid. I really enjoyed coaching this person. It was the first time that I had coached him. He is probably one of the most coachable people I've ever coached. You can see him just becoming a sponge when you're talking to him. Sometimes he coaches you, actually, and I say that proudly. And he is a student of the game. Prides himself with knowing everybody's responsibilities and where they're supposed to be and how the play's supposed to, execute. This guy, you could see he was ready to play every single game. We put him in multiple positions and asked him to do some things that he hadn't been comfortable with before, and he did them. He became a true leader for us, a new student at St. James, and I know he's a great classmate to these guys, but I really enjoyed coaching this kid, and I look forward to seeing him the next several years excel in high school and beyond, because he's going to be a big success. And that's this year's recipient of the Charge of Pride Award goes to Mr. Charles Pulaski. Okay, this year's defensive MVP for the varsity football team is this individual, and I'm going to let Alan also help me present this, but this individual had 7 TFLs, he had 4 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, he recovered 2 onside kicks, had 37 tackles on the season, including a pick 6. And he's also, he happens to be my son, but I know Charles wants to, Coach Pulaski wants to say a couple words about Mac.
Mac attack.
There you go. You know, it was probably about 4 years ago that we're over at the Dogs organization. There was this buzz going on. Everybody knows the assessment week that you go through, or 2 weeks. There was this buzz about this kid named Cromenhoop. And everybody's like, I'm like, who is this? You know, got to see this kid. And so we were watching him, and all of a sudden, and John, I know this is going to make you really proud, you see that there's this kid out there that he's just 100 miles an hour, just looking for a face mask to get into. And I think that just really, from a football mentality, Mac, that's you, kid. You're ready to get in somebody's grill every play. And you know what? That's what it takes. Football's a unique sport. You're either in it or you're not. The other thing about this young man is he's polite. He's great to coach. He's fun to coach with. And he just wants to get after it every play. But outside of that, I know you're a good big brother to two younger siblings. And I know that your mom and dad and your grandparents couldn't be more proud of you. So, Coach, without any more ado, Matt Cromenhawk, defensive MVP.
Probably not.
Okay, offensive MVP. This player, you also saw a bunch of him on that highlight tape, and he was new to St. James this year. He had 5 rushing TDs, 4 TD catches. He threw 2 TDs, had multiple great returns. And I think he grew a lot as a person. You know, it was a great learning experience coaching this individual, and I think he also grew up quite a bit. And we're going to keep working with this guy because I think he's got a ton of potential. But this year's offensive MVP for the varsity football team is Trey Brown. I'm not going away, Trey Brown. I know where you live. All right. This is a special award to give because I've had the privilege of coaching this kid for about 6 years now. He makes me look good, and he's not only a hell of a football player, and I do think you'll see him play on Saturdays. I'm pretty certain of that. But he's a good boy. He's a great kid, hard worker. This kid, you can see it in his eyes. He brings it every single game. He also brings it every single practice. Hard worker. He will be wearing maroon and in a couple years, and he's going to be doing special things over there at Savannah State. I promise you that. But I know Coach Allen has a few things to say about this individual. I don't want to disclose it just yet. Well, you probably guessed. But great kid. I'm very, very proud to coach this kid, and I cannot wait to coach him for a couple more years and see the special things he does on and off the football field. But I'm going to turn over the microphone to Coach Allen because I know he wants to say a few words about this person as well.
A couple of quick stats. First of all, 7 rushing touchdowns, 2 catching touchdowns, 4 tackles for losses, 30-plus tackles, the leap. When we played Country Day the first time, I didn't know how much more a kid could give on the football field. Then we had to go round 2. In round 2, kid just didn't quit fighting. In one of the running plays, we hear some things on the sidelines as coaches. He's running the football and he tells a player, "Get off me, boy," and throws him. That's hard, okay? That's an attitude. That's saying, "I'm not going to quit." And Coach K talked about football at 75% between the ears. That's sending a message to the other team, we're not going to quit. You better bring somebody else other than just you to beat my team. As a coach, there's nothing more you can ask from a football player than for one who walks in the huddle and is willing to raise his hand and ask a question. Coach, should we do this? Coach, do we have this right? Coach, can I help? But then even a greater compliment's when you see him befriend teammates that are new, embrace teammates that are new, and says, come on, you're going to be a part of my family. What more can you say about a young man who wants to play football? So with that being said, the MVP of the varsity football team, Zaquan.
I'm sorry, hold on.
The varsity team, those links, put them on your chain. Did everyone get their links? If the varsity football team could please come up here, please.
On my legs.
I'm going to go through their names and announce them as well.
My back.
Number one, one of the smallest guys on the team and the biggest heart, Cody Brinson. Number three, in the video he said, number three, Hudson Grove, and I'm the kicker. He's a heck of a kicker, and he's a lot more than a kicker. This kid brings it, and he's going to be a big addition next year, I promise you that. So, great job, buddy. Number four, Zaquan, Bryan. You got your link? Okay. Number five, Trey Brown. Number seven, another kid that just has an incredible heart. He's going to be fun to watch next couple years, Connor Frick. Number 12, Matt Kromanok, you got yours? Right. Number 20, oh, sorry, Mike. Number 20, this kid had a big touchdown. He played he was at practice every day and just wanting the ball. Nolan Van Brunen. Number 24, seventh grader. We asked him to be a center and go up against some big kids, and he did it. Never flinched. Austin Wiggins. Number 33, another kid that he brings it, fun to coach, great personality, and JP Farrell. Good job, JP. Number 45, Andrew Moore. Number 47, this was our extreme makeover of 2017 right here. This kid did huge things. Keep working hard, JoJo. Happy birthday to JoJo again. Number 55, I love coaching this kid. I've been coaching for a few years. He's going to be a big time next year. Cole Simeon. Number 31, another kid that totally morphed into an incredible football player, did a great job online, and he's going to play for many more years, Mr. Aiden Ragusa. Number 56, O-line and D-line. He was a little bit banged up this year, but we're looking forward to having him back. The smoothest dressed man in the house tonight, Dakota Bone. All right, boys, you guys can have a seat. Thanks, guys. Great job. I wish we could give awards to everybody, and you're all deserving of it. Great job. Keep those rings with, or those chain links with pride, and remember what you're part of. You're part of something special. And then it wouldn't be a banquet unless we handed over the microphone to Miss Heidi Zoll. So, Heidi, the honor's yours.
Hold on. This, very loud. I just need the 8th grade moms to stand up. No. Please.
8th grade mom, stand up.
So, and the only one that's not, Jacob Mims is not here, and then Donna's not here. So, I think the majority of us, except for Rob, Charles and Trey, have probably been to school together since pre-K or kindergarten. And for myself, Robin, who was new this year, Denise, Jane, and Donna, and who else am I missing?
Sherry.
Phyllis, no, I got Phyllis, Sherry is back there. But for those I just called out, this is our last year at St. James. These are our babies, okay? I know for us, it's a 24-year run. So everybody has a great story to tell. This year was a blast, especially our noisemakers. So I have a little something for the moms and the 8th graders, and maybe this is something that can be used in the years to come. And when we all get BC or wherever we're going to go. So, great job. It's been a great ride.
8th grade moms, come on up.
Here, moms, real quick.
8th grade moms, please come forward.
They were great. I'll take this.
Okay, ladies, let's settle down now. And, all right, I'm going to keep this short. So I just want to talk a little bit about myself and how during the games my cheering was pretty on par, I'm pretty sure. And I looked pretty good out there too. But anyway, let's talk about our coaches here. Got a lot of coaches here, and we as parents know how much time and effort you put in because we are getting them to practice. Well, not me, because Ken took Connor, but we are there, and people don't realize this. Y'all don't make any money doing this, and that's a lot of time that y'all put into it. Not